Hey guys, it's Chappy here, and I'm going to teach you guys how you can essentially W key well, and how to avoid getting W keyed or counter W keys. So pretty much, W keying, you just need to, it's just like building, you just need to learn what kind of tricks you can use. For example, basic things just like this, right? You have a protected angle, you have a right angle, if they edit you can pump them, anything, right? You take the wall, you can mongrel classic them, shoot them, whatever, right? That stuff I cannot teach because I could go and make a 30-minute video on like only 10 different tricks and explain them out. So I don't want to spend so much time showing you guys, but I want to teach you guys things that you may not know, more of the intermediate players, because this stuff is just something you need to learn over time. Really, it's not like something you can do like 90s. You learn them, but it's more situational based. Like beginners don't know how to use them. You just say, oh, you should learn to 90, but they never use them. It's more situational based, so they need to learn for themselves, just like you guys need to learn how to W key for yourselves. But a good way to work on your W keying is how you pressure your opponent. So you can catch them off guard. They just edited a wall or something, and you have these walls weak already or something, right? Let's say you don't have good ping, right? You're not a low pinger. You're like maybe 40, 60 ping. You can't take walls or whatever. You can damage lots of builds and just try to get lots of builds weak and try to play mind games and just try to distract them. Like an enemy player may shoot him. You can drop down, shoot this wall, take it, mongrel classic him, shoot him, whatever. Or you just damage a lot of builds. You can like hit the floor through the thing like that. See? And then you can quickly just hit the floor and he won't know. You have the floor now. Then you can phase the cone. He'll place the cone. You can edit in him. Right? So, you just need to... W King isn't just like, oh yeah, the player knows you're there. You phase into his box. Oh no, you've been pumped. Oh, you're trying to run away. Oh, he's blocked you off. Whatever. And you're dead. He edited a window. You're dead. You can't do that. Good players will counter if you just mindlessly W key. Or when you get W keyed in games... they're playing mind games on you. It's hard for you to read what they're doing. They just W key you, miniguns, everything, right? Well, essentially, if you're W keying, you want to have really good piece control. Let's just say you end up in a build fight or something, and someone's got a ramp above you like this. He'll probably place a floor cone, right? And that's something he'd do, but you can place a wall there, jump out to the side, and place a cone floor and double edit. You need to try figure out things and read your player. Most players now do this crap and stuff, right? They're here. You place a wall here, and then all of a sudden you've jumped out with a cone floor above them. They're just like, oh, come on. And then you double edit on them, and you've shot them now. This is your point of view. You're down here. You've placed a thing on them. You jumped up. You got the cone floor. You double edited on them. So you need to try... get good piece control. Piece control is very important, and lots of the good players like Bungee Fishy, all those players like that, they have really good piece control in box fights and stuff. Like, let's say someone's trying to run away and they edit out and you're on a stair and they just edited out and they just place a stair behind them like that, right? They're down here trying to get away. They go out and they build walls behind them or whatever, right? But instead of doing just editing on them and trying to break the stair behind them like this, you can place the walls here, and he's going to try to break out. So you can place a cone here, go down, wait for him to break out, or edit in a different angle or something. If this cone, what this does is makes it so that he can't just like place a ramp or something. He has to place a wall, and then when he does, you could just go through here or something. Like, you need good piece control and play mind games with them. You don't just like go straight, follow them. You need to like find a different route and angle and stuff. That's what all the good players do. They get like good piece control, like pressure the player with builds, put them under pressure because they know that's not their builds, you know. So W King is just pressuring your opponent, finding angles, and just being smart about it. You don't just mindlessly run into it. You need to read them. You need to see what angles they have. That's for W King though. Let's just say, oh, you don't want a W key, right? So you don't have high ping, right? You don't have high ping, and you're just a W key that can take walls and then just mongrel classic everyone like all the pros does, right? That's cool. W king won't be hard for you, but for high pingers, like it won't be as easy. You're gonna have to just play mind games on your opponents and try to like get lots of walls one hit and then try to get it, and then, you know, piece control just like that. I place the wall on the left, you know. If they don't have a wall there, you can place a wall on the left, piece control, then try to get the cone and stuff. I'll show you guys a clip now where a player has boxed up with his duo and stuff, but they didn't have a wall here, right? And I come in, I take the thing, I place a wall here, and he has a ramp like this, and I get me and my teammate to jump in and just spray him, and then we build to the left, and then I get a shot on this kid while the wall broke, like that, and then I shot him, and then he built, and then we went through. He had a ramp up, he was on this floor, I built a ramp here or something, or he built a ramp. Then I got that, and went through and just shot him. So, here's the clip now.
I'm on console too.
Yeah, but if you want...
They're getting RPD.
We're getting RPD, yeah.
Yeah.
I got high.
I took his wall.
One shot. No, just... One shot.
Nice. Come down here.
They're following.
The W King, you can't just find a full duo that's prepared for you to W key. It's just like... It's very situational dependent. Like, you can find someone who knows you're there, but if you see a lot of pros, like I had a duo recently that has been teaching me to sneak up on players. Like, let's say you've seen someone just cross the corner here, and you could crouch walk, and yeah, you might seem like a bot, but you can like try to get an angle on him. You could see him, oh, he's opening a chest, and then laser him when you're at the right opportunity to laser. Not just like you see someone, you shoot them all the way down there, you try to get closer to them. That's to get the first damage, and then you can W key. You don't W key if you're both on full HP and stuff, unless you got 0 ping and stuff. Anyways, let's say you're getting W keyed, right? Let's just say they've got this ramp or whatever, right? They've edited it like that or whatever. Oh, sorry, other way, like that. They're gonna be like this. So if they pull out their pickaxe, you can just jump out and shoot them or something. Like, you can wait till a player has their pickaxe out. Like, look, they hit it once, they've got their pickaxe out. Then you do the guard edit on them and shoot them or something. Just like that. So when you're playing passively, and you're not playing aggressively, you try to counter all their crap. So you know how normally you can see what tricks they're trying to use. They're trying to mongrel classic, you just take your wall. If they're at your wall, I suggest placing a cone in your box. Always place a cone in your box, because if they take it, you can place a cone. And then if they're just spraying with an AR, you can reset the edit, pump them. But if they're pickaxing or something, you can reset it. But if they're holding their shotgun, you don't have to edit, and you can just get out. But if they're spraying, do not try to get out. They will break it, and you will fall down. While you're about to go out, you teleport down, so your shot will scuff, and then you'll die. So, if they have their shotgun out, you do not edit on them. You do not try to make a play. You do not do anything. But if they have the AR pickaxe out, you make a play. Oh yeah, also if it's the SMG, do not make a play. That's some kind of gun that's gonna be scuffed, even if, like, you know. If they have an SMG and they're spraying your crap, maybe go for a play on it. But don't go for a play if they're on your wall with an SMG. They might be a controller player or something. Yeah, so that's for this. And then you need to remember what kind of thing they're doing. You can expand out, make boxes, make them follow you, and then all you have to do is just try to get a tag on them. So they follow you, they've taken this wall, and they've edited into this box, and then now you've got all this all this crap here to have good piece control. Once you get a good tag on them, whole fight switches around, and now you're W king. Essentially, if you're running away and you're not W king, you're getting W keyed, and let's just say they are in your box now, right? And they're on the stair, right? If you don't have these walls, all you can do is just hold your shotgun out and try to pickaxe out, and just slowly do it. Like, try to pull out, try to bait them slowly, just every now and then, you know. You just want to try to bait them, and then when they edit, you can pump them. Sometimes players will edit fast, so I always crouch up here. And if they edit, I jump up and just shoot them or whatever. But sometimes they don't do anything, and that's when I start to try get out the box. There's so much tricks for box fighting. Let's say, like, you can watch so much pros, and a pro I've been watching so much is Bungee. And what he does is, like, if the enemy edits the guard edit, they're like, oh, this guy's doing nothing, he's got his pickaxe out, let's go for a shot. And then Bungee rotates the stair. Sorry, so he has a stair normally. He rotates it once and places it like that, and then the enemy player will have to try to edit out. So you've just pressured them. Now you've got you can get an angle on them. You can get into their box because they still have the wall edited. If they reset the edit, so they'll probably edit out. So what you can do, you try to get piece control, put a cone here, whatever. Look, try to find where they're going out. If they go out top, place a wall or whatever. But sometimes they may just edit out here, and that's when you can just like take a shot on them because they'll have the bad angle from here on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's basically recap of this video is W King. You try to push your opponent, right? So you want to have good pressure, play mind games. If you have good ping, take the walls. If you don't have good ping, you're gonna have to play even more mind games to try make them get distracted and take a wall. And you need to find what time is right, which players you can push. That's more game sense based. You can't just like, oh yeah, you just push this player, just push that player. Like in pubs, yeah. But in scrims, you don't know which players are good, which players are what. So you just want to push the players that aren't on much health, that you know don't have much mats, you know, whatever. And then for getting W keyed, you just want to play it safe. You want to try avoid your opponent. Like let's say you're already weak or something, right? They're gonna W key you, so you want to try catch them off guard, get a shot on them or something, get good piece control, distract them or something, anything like that. Anyway, basically that's all for this video for how to deal with getting W keyed and how to W key. Pretty much. Basically, it's all based on like your knowledge of how much W keying tricks you have and how you can W key and stuff, and knowing what your opponent is going to do, mind reading and mind tricks and all that kind of stuff. And a huge part of the game, if you're playing a tournament, is mentality. You want to have like a pretty decent ego and be pretty good at the game as well, and have a good ego, not be scared, be dominant, you know, not worry about the fight. Have like awareness of your surroundings. Anyway, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.